So, when people are practicing different things, what should they wear? What do we put on our bodies? I discussed this with my guru. For whatever reason, I was feeling like if I wore the robes, people would take me more seriously. He said it would have the opposite effect. And there's a woman in our town who there's several people who do that, but there's one woman who runs around here in kind of a facsimile of the monastic robes, sometimes like a t-shirt on top of a monastic like skirt and stuff like that. And some people take her fairly seriously. Others, for me, it's like I don't think she knows how to wear it, and I don't know how to wear those kinds of robes, and my guru didn't tell me. So what I do wear is clothing that, well, I bought a bunch of clothing from Duluth Trading Company when I got my COVID money, and they were giving me extra in food stamps and stuff, and I was just like, I needed to figure out where to spend my money. And let's see. Yeah, fully articulated. See, I try to wear like a hippier t-shirt on top, and then not always, but I've got some of their shirts too, because I was worried that COVID was going to cause people to go crazy and there would be all sorts of disruptions. Right now, our relationship with China is pretty bad, and that's where most of our clothes were coming from. And, so I was expecting these kinds of disruptions. And so I decided to get clothing that would last. I mean, these clothes are over 5 years old, and they just look like I bought them yesterday. And people are calling them like Nazi clothes and all that sort of stuff. But the thing about it is, I just sat in lotus position in these pants, and it worked. And they don't look like it would work, but it does. And in their advertising, it shows that you could do yoga if you want to in any of their outfits, and that is really actually true. It really is true. When I try to get like a normal, I think part of the issue is some of these guys were like soldiers of fortune and are operators of various kinds, and they wanted to take their families to like Applebee's or something, and so they had to wear something nice, and the whole time they're sitting there thinking, if the poo breaks loose around here, I'm gonna have to split my pants, I'm gonna have to tear my shirt, it's gonna go all Hulk in here. And how do I present myself ready to go, and yet I'm also, ready to take my family to Applebee's? And, there's a lot of different things, but I buy them on clearance usually. The pants I'm wearing now are short. They're made in Indonesia. They're fire hose, but they're Cool Max fire hose. And I didn't pay full price. I think I paid maybe $30 for them. I've got a couple of things that I bought at the regular price, the thin slate jacket, that kind of thing. But, I just bought stuff just in case. For one thing, I live in a perpetual construction zone. And secondly, this stuff is so durable. And when you price check it against stuff that's not very durable, and the other thing I was thinking about is, I don't want to buy lightweight twill pants that look like real work pants. If that was going to be the case, I would buy real work pants for cheaper.